In a secure vault, behind layers of history and steel, lies an object that baffles the world's greatest minds. It is not treasure in the traditional sense, no gold or jewels, but something far more priceless: a message. This is the Phaistos Disc, a small clay circle discovered over a century ago on the island of Crete. Covered in a spiral of 241 mysterious symbols, it represents a language that no one on Earth can read. Its purpose, its author, and its meaning remain one of archaeology's most profound and enduring enigmas, a silent story. To understand its mystery, we must travel back over 3,500 years to the Bronze Age. Here, a brilliant and sophisticated civilization known as the Minoans flourished, masters of art, trade, and architecture. They built great palaces, sailed the Mediterranean, and developed their own unique and still undeciphered forms of writing. Within the heart of one of their grandest palaces, this singular artifact lay hidden, waiting for centuries to be found. Its discovery would raise more questions than it answered, presenting a puzzle that continues to fascinate and frustrate us today. The year is 1908. On the sun-scorched southern coast of Crete, an archaeological dig is in full swing. Italian archaeologist Luigi Pernier leads a team, meticulously uncovering the secrets of the ancient Minoan palace of Phaistos. The palace is a labyrinth of collapsed walls, grand staircases, and residential quarters, hinting at a complex society. On July 3rd, while clearing a section of the palace's old basement repository, a worker makes an unusual find. Buried in a layer of black earth, his trowel strikes something hard and flat, different from the usual pottery shards. Pernier is called over. Kneeling in the dust, he senses the significance of the moment, his expression one of rapt attention. With delicate brushes, his team carefully sweeps away the millennia of accumulated earth, revealing the object's circular shape. Then they see it, a spiral of pictographic symbols, perfectly preserved and unlike anything found before or since. The disc was found alongside a broken clay tablet inscribed with linear A, another undeciphered Minoan script. As Pernier lifted the disc from its resting place, he held not just clay, but a 3,700-year-old question. So what exactly is this object that has captivated generations? Let's look closer at the disc itself. It is made of fired clay, a humble material that has nonetheless ensured its survival through countless centuries. It is roughly circular and surprisingly small, measuring about 15 centimeters in diameter, easily held in two hands. Both sides of the disc are covered with symbols, arranged in a continuous spiral that coils towards the center. The sequence of symbols is broken up into groups, separated by incised vertical lines, like words in a sentence. Side A contains 31 of these words, comprising a total of 122 individual symbols, spiraling clockwise to the center. Flipping it over, Side B features 30 word groups made up of 119 symbols, creating a dense field of information. Some symbols have clearly been corrected, with one impression stamped over another, a tantalizing glimpse of the creator's process. The direction of reading is presumed to be from the outside in, as the symbols are slightly compressed near the center. This physical object is our only clue: a Rosetta Stone without its key, a perfectly preserved yet utterly silent message. The true mystery of the Phaistos Disc lies in its unique alphabet. There are 45 distinct symbols in total. These are not abstract shapes. They are pictograms, recognizable images of objects, people, and animals from the Minoan world. We see figures in motion, a person with a feathered headdress, what appears to be a captive, and a woman. There are symbols for tools and weapons, like an adze, a knife, and a bow, hinting at daily life. Animals are represented too: a flying bird, a cat, a ram, and even an insect, likely a bee. We also see plants, a ship, and architectural elements, painting a rich picture of the environment of the creator. The most frequent symbol is the plumed head, which appears 19 times, suggesting it holds a special significance. But are these symbols logograms, representing whole words, or syllabograms, representing sounds? This is a key debate. The level of detail is astonishing. The plumed head is thought to resemble headwear of the Philistines. Each tiny image is a window into a lost world, a vocabulary we can see but cannot comprehend. Perhaps the most revolutionary aspect of the Phaistos Disc isn't what it says, but how it was made. Unlike other Minoan scripts, which were painstakingly incised by hand, the disc's symbols were stamped into the wet clay. This means the creator had a set of 45 pre-made punches or seals, one for each unique character. The consistency of the repeated symbols proves this. Each plumed head is identical, which is impossible with freehand drawing. This technique makes the Phaistos Disc the world's earliest known example of typography using movable type to print. It predates Gutenberg's printing press by an astonishing 3,000 years, a concept far ahead of its time. The existence of these stamps implies that the disc was not a one-off creation. They were made for reuse. So why have we only found one? Were others made of perishable materials like wood or papyrus and lost to time? Or was this disc a prototype, a master copy, or perhaps a traveler's document from a distant land? The very method of its creation is a paradox, a technology for mass production used to create a single, unique artifact. Ever since its discovery, the Phaistos Disc has been a siren's call to linguists, cryptographers, and amateur sleuths. Countless hours have been spent, and dozens of decipherments have been proposed. Yet, none have been universally accepted. Early attempts tried to link the script to known ancient languages like Proto-Greek, Hittite, or Egyptian hieroglyphs. These comparative approaches failed, as the disc's symbols remained stubbornly unique, with no clear relatives in other writing systems. Even the brilliant minds who cracked the Minoan linear B script, Michael Ventris and John Chadwick, found no purchase here. The problem is the lack of context. We have no bilingual text, no Rosetta Stone to provide a key. Proposed translations range from a sacred hymn to a goddess, to a legal document, or even a magical incantation. Some researchers, like Dr. Gareth Owens, have proposed phonetic values for some signs, suggesting it's a prayer. However, without more examples of the script, these remain educated hypotheses, not definitive proofs of translation. For now, the disc remains a cryptographer's nightmare and a testament to the fact that some secrets are kept well. If we can't read it, can we at least guess its purpose? Theories about the disc's function are plentiful. One of the most popular theories is that it's a religious document, perhaps a hymn or a prayer. The repetitive nature of some symbol groups could be a chorus or a refrain, common in sacred songs and chants. Another theory suggests it's a legal document, a treaty between cities, or a proclamation from a ruler. The use of stamps might have been a way to create an official, verifiable copy, like a modern seal of authenticity. A more imaginative theory proposes it's a board game. The spiral path could be the track for game pieces. The different symbols and sections might represent different challenges or instructions for players moving along the spiral. Others believe it's an astronomical calendar, with the symbols and sections corresponding to constellations, planets, or solar events. The number of sections on each side, 31 and 30, is tantalizingly close to the number of days in a month. Hymn, treaty, game, or calendar. Without a key, each theory is as plausible and as unprovable as the next. To truly grasp the disc's mystery, we must understand the world it came from, the Minoan civilization. Flourishing from around 2700 to 1450 BCE, they were Europe's first major Bronze Age civilization. They were not a martial people like the Mycenaeans. Their art celebrates nature, sport, and ceremony, not conflict. The Minoans developed two other scripts before the Phaistos Disc, Cretan hieroglyphs and the more famous Linear A. Crucially, like the disc's script, both Cretan hieroglyphs and Linear A remain undeciphered to this day. This suggests a lost language, or perhaps several, spoken and written before the arrival of Greek speakers. The disc's symbols, however, show little overlap with Linear A or the hieroglyphs, suggesting it may be different. Was it an import from another culture, or a sacred secret script used only by a select few? Around 1450 BCE, the Minoan civilization collapsed, possibly due to the eruption of Thera or Mycenaean invasion. With their fall, the keys to their languages were lost, leaving behind silent artifacts like the Phaistos Disc. The single greatest obstacle to understanding the Phaistos Disc has a specific linguistic name. It's a hapax legomenon. The term, from Greek, means said only once. It refers to a word, or in this case, an entire script, that appears only one time in a body of text. Imagine trying to learn English from a single, short, and unknown poem. This is the challenge we face. Codebreakers rely on patterns, frequency analysis, and repetition across large amounts of text to find meaning. With only 241 characters in total, the disc provides a statistically insignificant sample size for any meaningful analysis. We can't confirm if a symbol is common or rare in the language, as our entire library is this one object. This is why finding another object with the same script is the holy grail for archaeologists studying this period. Just one more sentence, one more phrase, could provide the comparative data needed to unlock the entire mystery. Some have even suggested the disc is a clever, modern forgery, created to fool the archaeological world. However, scientific dating and the context of its discovery make this highly unlikely. The disc is authentically ancient and uniquely silent. More than a century after it was lifted from the Cretan soil, the Phaistos Disc holds its secrets as tightly as ever. It is a message in a bottle, cast into the sea of time, from a shore we can no longer see. Its value lies not in what it tells us, but in what it doesn't. It is a powerful symbol of the unknown. It reminds us that the past is not a solved puzzle, but a landscape filled with mysteries yet to be explored. Will we ever be able to read the Phaistos Disc? The answer may lie buried, still waiting in the earth. Perhaps a future discovery, another tablet or shard, will provide the key we so desperately need to unlock its story. Or maybe its purpose is to remain silent, a permanent monument to a lost voice from the dawn of civilization. It challenges our ingenuity and inspires our imagination, firing the human desire to know and to understand. The story it tells for now is our own, a story of fascination, frustration, and the unending quest for knowledge. Until the day its code is broken, the Phaistos Disc will continue to whisper its silent, tantalizing message across the millennia.